Hello friends, and welcome to the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Randomizer Edition. Who knows how things are going to go today. Okay, so just a bit of a heads up. Before I get into the game, I'm going to be doing a little bit of an explanation as to how things are going to play out. If you want to skip ahead to the part where I explain what I've randomized in the game, I'll leave a timestamp on the video. You can skip ahead to that. If you just want to skip all that and jump right into my gameplay, then I'll leave another timestamp on the screen. So, yeah. For anyone who doesn't know what I'm doing, I have the N64 game, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, on the screen right now, but what I have done is I have randomly redistributed all of the items in the game so that every reward comes from a different location, hence everything being randomized. And that goes for treasure chests, the rewards from people, the rewards from bosses. Basically everything is now in a new location. And the challenge of the game is to find all the items necessary to beat the game and try to do it. Most people do it as quick as possible. I'm just here to have a little fun. But the fun of it is I don't know where anything is. So I have to go and search and locate and try to get through the game with whatever I can. Now, I could be incredibly lucky and find everything right away, or I could spend a couple hours trying to find just that one key item. But that really is just the fun of it. So I don't know what kind of puzzle this whole game is going to set up, but I'm looking forward to it. Now there are things I've customized to tailor the difficulty of the game, so I could come back and try it with different settings at another time, but the fun part is the challenge is never the same thing twice. So hope you're excited to see what happens here. And for just full disclosure, this really isn't the first Zelda randomizer I've done. I've probably done about a dozen different randomizers between this game and Majora's Mask, the sequel to Ocarina of Time. This is the first one I am doing publicly, however, so I don't know what kind of fun things will happen while I'm playing, so it's just going to be the fun of reacting as things go on. And as one more thing to mention, I do tend to play these games on a casual level, so I don't know a lot of advanced tricks, but I do know, oh, pardon me there. I do know a few tricks, so maybe you'll see a couple of them in the run, but really it'll just be however I feel like playing at the moment. But I will try not to use glitches to beat the game, so things that are actively against what you normally do. Like there might be exploits in ledge heights that I can jump up and grab and whatnot. Those are okay, but nothing that's like a massive glitch. I won't be trying to break the intended logic of the game. So yeah, with that little preamble out of the way, let me get into what I've randomized. So basic goal of the game is to be Ganondorf at the very top of his tower, but to get to him, the big thing I'm looking for is to get the boss key that leads into his room. And how I normally play is his boss key will be somewhere in the world, just like every other item. But this time, and this is the one thing I have specifically placed, his boss key, oh, pardon me there, his boss key will be located on the cutscene in the Temple of Time that normally gives the light arrows. But to trigger that cutscene, I need to find the 6 medallions. So that's normally how I play, where the bridge to his tower gets unlocked with the spirit medallions, but this little combination here allows Ganon's tower to be open, so I can have items inside his tower as well. Just kind of opens up the world a little bit more. And speaking of the medallions, the medallions themselves are randomly located on the bosses of the main dungeons, so I have to go through and beat at least 5 or 6 of the dungeons to get the medallions. There are also 3 spiritual stone items. Normally in the original game they'd open up the Door of Time, but I play with that open, more on that in a bit, so they don't have as much use, and I'm hoping I find medallions first and not stones. Speaking of the Door of Time, there are locations that are normally closed off in the original game, but I have open by default, which is the Door of Time, the Kokiri Forest exit to Hyrule Field, and the aforementioned Ganon's Tower. This way I have a little bit more freedom in what I'm looking to find. and more things can be placed in random areas, and this creates a bit of a bigger challenge. Kakariko Gate and Zora's Fountain are still locked and need their respective items to be opened, which is Zelda's Letter and Ruto's Letter. And the bridge to Gerudo Fortress still needs all 4 carpenters rescued to repair the bridge, but normally by that point I've got Epona, so I just use the horse. And just as a bit of a random twist, in Ganon's tower, the number of trials to unlock the barrier around his central tower is random as well. So I might get lucky and not have to do any of them, or I might have to perform all 6 trials. Who knows what'll happen there? I have no clue. At the beginning of the game here, I'll have no items and no rupees, just like the original game. And several key items, such as the Kokiri Sword, the Ocarina, the Weird Egg, the Gerudo Member Card, and the Magic Beans, are also all randomized into the item pool, so they could literally be anywhere. And Ocarina songs are also randomized as well, so if I happen to find a random song lying in a treasure chest, I will just learn the song automatically. Hopefully I will have the Ocarina by then. Hopefully. And in regards to shops, I've got it set so that 4 items from the item pool are located in each shop. I think there's 8 in the game, I think. So there's 32 possibilities there, if I got my math right. And they're all listed for random prices, so I might get lucky and could buy them right away, or I have to wait for a wallet upgrade. And the Deku business scrubs that you can normally find around Hyrule, they each have their own item for 10 rupees each. I don't want to make it too expensive. And as a new twist on some most recent patches to the game, the Bombchu Carpet Salesman in the Desert Wasteland and Medigoron in Goron City will also have an item for 200 rupees. And the Magic Bean Salesman, who normally sells the Magic Beans, will have a random item for 60 rupees, since the Magic Beans are now as one single item in the pool that gives all 10 beans automatically. And all dungeon maps and compasses, small keys, and boss keys outside of Ganon's boss key are also randomly placed in the world, so I have to go and hunt for them as well. And the compasses will also give me information on what medallion or stone is found in a specific dungeon. So that gives them some value upon acquiring them. Otherwise, the dungeon map and compasses serve the same purpose as they would in the game. Okay, I think that's everything for the random items. There are a few other notes here as well. I did do a few things as time savers, so I don't have to perform these in the game. I don't have to do the sequence where I escape from Ganon's tower after I beat Ganondorf, or the Child Castle stealth section. That's skipped as well. And I have Epona automatically. I just have to get Epona's song in order to be able to ride Epona. So hopefully I find that sometime early. And there some of the more tedious collection quests, I've also lowered the requirements for them. I only need to save 1 Cuckoo in Kakariko Village and deliver 1 Big Poe to the Poe Trader in order to get their rewards. And the trading quest sequence that you normally do as an adult only has the claim check, so I don't have to do too much there. And I usually play it where it's any form of any item of the trading sequence, and I'd have to play the rest. But just to keep it simple, I only kept it as the claim check this time. And scattered around Hyrule Field are the Gossip Stones. In randomizers, these normally give hints about where important items could be found, or what locations are important to search, or if there's any really hard to do minigame that could be made easier by not knowing that the item on it is not necessary, so you can skip it altogether. Normally you'd need the Mask of Truth to read those, or you could even set them to be readable by default, but I like to play it where you can only read the Gossip Stones once you've acquired the Stone of Agony. That item normally only lets you locate hidden grottos if you have a rumble pack attached, but I wanted to add a little bit of extra value to finding the Stone of Agony, so I've set it so that if I find it, I can start reading Gossip Stones regardless if I'm a child or an adult. So if I do find it, I will be quite happy. And just a few things I set up as a bit of an extra challenge. I've set it up so that I take double damage from all sources of damage in the game. Normally I play it on quadruple, but I don't want to die a lot. Maybe there will be a few deaths early, but hopefully nothing too much. And there's also a large number of fake items in the pool. They'll look like the important items in question, but if you pick them up, it will actually be the ice traps. So you get frozen in the ice for a little bit, and you'll take damage until you thaw out. And they're a little bit more dangerous, since I take double damage now. That might actually kill me a few times. Prepare to say I am a fool quite a bit. And that, I think, covers everything important. Just for the fun of it, I have also randomized a number of other things, such as the music, as you can hear right now, it's Kapora's theme playing right now, which normally doesn't play on the titles or the file select. The tunic colors are also random. The sounds from certain items and objects, like the hover boot sound, are randomized. And the colors of my health and magic, amongst other things, are also changed as well. They're just cosmetic changes. They're nothing that really affects the gameplay. Just maybe we'll get something that's a bit of a laugh. Okay, I think that's everything I need to talk about. I'm not okay, just to be honest, I'm not sure how long this will take. If possible, I'd love to be able to do this in one sitting, but I'm fairly certain I'm going to have to split this up into sections. So what I will do is I'll run for about an hour or so, and then I'll take breaks, which those breaks will probably be the episodes in question. So hopefully it won't take too many to do. Pardon me there. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe like 5 or 6 sessions to do this one randomizer. It could take longer because I have randomized a lot more things. But here's hoping things will be fine. But rest assured, the whole episode will be up and available in one way or another. Okay, I think that's everything major I have to talk about beforehand, so let's just get started here. Set things up there. Okay, so just gonna do my file name here. You'll notice on the side of the screen there, I've got access to a tracker, so I can keep track of items that I locate throughout the game, and I can keep track of items, keys, because I did say before that regular keys and boss keys are shuffled, so knowing the numbers that I've got is going to be invaluable. And I've also got the medallions listed in a row at the very bottom there. You'll see one that says free on it. Normally what you want to do, normally when you play the game, you get access to a free medallion when you open the Door of Time, but in this game, since the Door of Time is open by default, you've already seen the cutscene, so you get a free medallion or a free stone right off the bat. And I haven't looked into this yet. I literally just generated this seed 10 minutes ago, so I don't know what stone or medallion I've got free right off the bat here, so I'm just going to click the file here. And that is the forest medallion that I start with there, so I'm just going to go ahead and change it there. So I've got one of the 6 medallions already, which is awesome. So I only have to hunt for the other 5. So I only have to, and hopefully only have to beat 5 of the dungeons in the game. Now, there is a possibility that the Sacred Stones, so the Kokiri Emerald, the Goron Ruby, and the Zora Sapphire, they do have a few items locked behind acquiring all 3, so if the item behind it is necessary for me to beat the game, I will have to beat the dungeons that hold those stones. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, everything seems to be set up here, ready to go. Just get all my things here. Yeah. Okay, so that's my long-winded spiel over. Let's have some fun playing Zelda. In 3, 2, 1, begin. So we're playing, yep. Oh, so I got blue hearts, a light green tunic. Okay. So in randomizers, usually what you're trying to do is try to go to where you can find a bunch of items right off the bat. So right here in Mido's house has 4 chests right away, if I can actually open them. And, oh, hello. Well, I don't have to worry about rupees for a little while. I don't have to worry about rupees for a little while. Alright, so start with a small key right off the bat. So that's to the Gerudo Training Grounds. And silly controller. And a small key to the fire temple. Okay, so starting with a couple of keys right off the bat. No major items. Okay, so I'm gonna just snake my way over here real quick. The bridge here, this is normally where you get the fairy ocarina from Saria when you exit. And it just gives me a heart piece, so starting a little slow here. Would have been kind of nice if I got a sword or a Deku Stick upgrade. Okay, so we'll just go back here. Oops. Yep, can't. I'm not strong enough to pick up a bush. So we'll just go in here and we'll see what the Kokiri Sword has on us this time. Okay. Oh, I don't have to worry about the blue rupees that are normally here. I can just go and look for the chest. That's awesome. Oh, geez. Okay, so Navi is apparently thunderstorms, and the Kokiris had a trapped chest. Good to know. So yeah, that ice trap there, that's the effect that happens when I find a fake item. And I have to... What I normally do is I just jostle the control stick and hit the A button as fast as I can. Normally I lose about 3/4 of a heart, or heart and a half, I think, if I'm playing on quadruple. Okay, so next up here, I'm gonna go take a look in the shop. Feels kind of nice to have found that huge rupee right off the bat. Now, I don't have to worry about rupees, because normally I have to farm them early. Jeez, Navi, don't be angry. What is it with these huge rupees? Okay, so yeah, all of these items here, they're locked behind getting a wallet. But since nothing there is absolutely important, I can go ahead and skip them. Actually, I just need to check one more thing. Just in case, since I do have rupees, I'm just going to buy a few Deku Nuts here. Okay, so in regular Zelda gameplay, Deku Nuts don't really serve as much purpose, but I've learned while playing these things that Deku Nuts are really good as time savers. So I've learned a few things I can do with them now. Alright, Hyrule Field or Lost Woods? I think I'm going to try up here. I'm going to go into the Lost Woods. There is there's a couple of business scrubs that I can stun with the Deku Seeds and then get their items from them. So I'm gonna knock that off right off the bat. Just a little bit of movement here. Also good to know that the Lost Woods is incredibly festive. Alright, and then go. So, yep, just says we can buy an item for 10 rupees. Oh, yes! Finding that early? Oh, that's perfect. Now if I can just find an ocarina, that's a lot of things open to me now. Usually when I've played randomizers, if I've been trying to locate Zelda's Lullaby for ages, I cannot do a lot of things. Navi! You know what? Navi the Thunderstorm. Okay. Wait a second. Hold the phone. The music just started turning into how it normally does when you get Zelda's letter. Oh, yeah, that's not the music breaking. I think the force is literally set to how it is when you get Zelda's letter. Or the music may have broken. Yes! Okay, we are starting with some really good items here. I like this. Of course, I say that now, then I'll be spending like 5 hours trying to find one item. Yep, I am a fool. Okay. But I'm gonna put the boomerang on right away. That's perfect. Now I've got a lot of long-range things that I can attempt to do. Okay. I still don't have access to a sword or the Deku Sticks, which are makeshift swords, so I've done all my business in the Lost Woods that I can do. Man, buying those Deku Nuts is really good that I did. I might even go buy just a few more, in case. And down we go. Oh, I just realized what I can do with the boomerang. Give me a few seconds here just to buy a few extra Deku Nuts. And then this boomerang just gives me a very, very easy access to Deku Sticks. So all I have to do is go over here. Deku Babas will spawn. And now I have a means to break their stocks. This is good. I like this. Usually I have to farm a bunch of rupees to look for Deku Sticks, but now I've got the ability to farm them. Let's just get them up. There we go. Now I do have to wait for them to respawn, which they don't take... Oh, wrong button. There we go. So we do that, we do that, this one, nope. And the Z targeting sound is an arrowless bow. Got it. Ding. So 7, 8, and 9. Yeah, this should do. Now, I'm missing the Deku Shield and the Slingshot, which that's, if I had those items, I could full clear the Deku Tree Dungeon. But since I don't, I'm gonna go look for a few other items, see what I can find, and then try to work on a game plan from that. But having the boomerang right now is awesome. I've got the best long range damage that isn't a Deku Seed. Although it can only stun certain things, so I can't really do too much. And okay, so we have Adult Kakariko Village as Hyrule Field. Could be a lot worse. I'll just... it's faster to walk backwards. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'll just backflip my way there. Link's agile. Although, yeah, I think just straight walking backwards is a lot faster than just spamming backflips, but that could just be me. Maybe it's just a height thing. They're about the same. Alright, now I'm just going to do a little trick here, which is... Okay, I nearly got it. One thing I didn't learn until I started playing the randomizers, if you go up the chains here, there's a bunch of red rupees that always respawn every time you leave and re-enter Hyrule Field, which is awesome. Okay, but I will be going into here real quick and just break this box here. Okay, I can use the boomerang, but I'm going to do something a little funny here. Don't do pot. Yes, I've been hoping to make that joke. Alright, so that is the first of a 100 golden Skulltulas. You can randomize the game so that the Skulltula drops, instead of the tokens, they can drop items as well. I don't want to add another 100 checks to the list, so every Skulltula will drop its original Skulltula token. And I do only need 50 of them to get every reward that is necessary. Oh, yes, buying you. Okay, so I've got the fire arrows, which is good. I don't have a bow to use them yet. I'm going to wait and see what the other shop has first. Now, one thing I noticed there, I don't have a bomb bag, so I can't normally get bombs or bomb chews. Hold on 2 seconds here. Oh, yes, I'm getting rupees for those right away. We're just going to get that bottom of the well key now before I forget. So, well key has been picked up. And I'm going to go grab some rupees and get the bow. That is really good that I have access to a long-range option for both young Link and adult Link. Okay, so yeah, if you ever want to farm rupees as a child, this is the best way to do it, because you can normally get 40 if you just do one jump, which I normally tend to do. Or you can do both links of the chain and you can get 60 per visit. So really good items there. So there we go. Nice and stacked up on rupees, which allows me now to go get that bow. Just rolling through the village. It's also... Oh. Sorry, didn't mean to bump you. There we go. Now let's go buy that bow. And still nothing useful on the other other part of the shop. So got the fairy bow, which is good. And yeah, that'll do. Okay, so then I can go out here, and there is a free item that I can get from Malin, who she normally gives the weird egg that you used to go get Zelda's letter. But this time she gives me just a heart. Just a heart. Okay. 2 tokens, that's good. Only 48 more to find. Okay, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for it to be nightfall so I can go do some of the... Oh, well, maybe? Maybe I can get 1 round of rupees to farm. And skip that, skip that. There we go. Yeah, maybe I can get up the chain link fast enough and get some rupees, because there is a shop that I have access to that only at night. So maybe I can... Okay, music's playing, so I still got some time. Oops, wrong one. Just gotta wait. I gotta wait for it to turn to nightfall in the open field, and then I can go and do whatever I need to do. And that is nightfall. Now, I will go do one little side quest on the way to the shop here. All these dogs roaming around. There's someone in town whose dog has gotten out and escaped, so I'm going to go pick up good old Richard here. And just make sure he follows behind me, because I think that I did have a gameplay once where I was too fast for Richard, and the game didn't register Richard coming behind me here. So, yeah, just making sure he's following. But we found Richard! And Richard gives me a key to the Forest Temple. Oh, that's a good thing, because with the dungeon layouts for the adults, since they all have small keys attached to them, some dungeons you can actually beat right away, and some dungeons you need every single key in order to reach the end. Oh, well, I can just stack up rupees here, but if you notice here, this item, if you pay attention, the item is misspelled. If I bought that, that is an ice trap, so I would literally be a fool. Yeah, so I'm just gonna buy this now. I'm gonna fill up my rupee bag. Oops. One thing to note too, if a bomb chew is placed here, I can't pick it up because I don't have a bomb bag. But if I was to find a bomb chew from an item drop or the left side of a shop, that actually lets me keep it, because those are tagged to think that I've got the bomb bag already. So it just gives me the bomb chew right away. Okay. So I can't escape Hyrule Field until it's daytime. So I gotta burn a little time here. And I can't do much until the moon decides to set. Now, this is just a fun thing that I've noticed. I'm not sure if this has to do with the game itself, but I think that time flows faster if you just stare at the moon. And I can understand why it would do that, is because you don't have things in your screen, so there's nothing lagging the moon from setting. So I'm just going to wait until it starts setting here, which shouldn't take me too long. Looks like it's already doing that now. That's right, just get down. Oh, I can't wait till I get the Sun Song, but that does require me to get an Ocarina. Yeah, and the Gossip Stones here, yep, I can't read them now, so I have to find the Stone of Agony before I can read those. But the hints they provide are pretty invaluable. That, like, if I find the Stone of Agony, I'm going to make sure I read as many Gossip Stones as I can, because I will need every hint possible. Okay, so, yep, sun is rising. Anytime. There we go. So now I can go do as I need to. How most, like, there's two ways that a lot of people play randomizers. Most people, what they do is they try to turn into Adult Link as soon as they can. And the reason for that is there's a lot of things that both Child Link and Adult Link can do. And normally, if you're left with that choice, Adult Link just does everything faster. So it's much better to just do it as Adult Link. The way I tend to play is I try to look for every single thing I can that is only Child Link in the very beginning. So I'll do a bunch of Kokiri Forest things, I'll do some of the child-only business scrubs, a couple of things here in Kakariko Village. Love this tune, by the way. I'll do as much as I can in Gerudo Valley and Lake Hylia. I totally realized I should have just picked up one of the chickens. That's what I normally do. So I'll just go and grab this one. And there. So yeah, in Kakariko Village here, there are 7 cuckoos that are roaming about the village, and you have to bring back all 7 normally to receive the reward of an empty bottle. But right now, I've set it up so that I only need to put 1 in, and I get the item regardless. Doing good. I need at least 7 keys from Gerudo Training Ground, so here's hoping I find 5 more. And then what I normally do, since you normally have to do this to find all 7 chickens anyway, just do this to hop over the fence, and there's a little grotto here that I will pick up. Ooh, okay, so that's what I have to look forward to in some of the dungeons. Usually any song that's like that. Okay, so that's just a random Deku nut. Nothing too major. Okay. So what? Now I don't think there's anything in the graveyard I can do until it's actually nightfall. I will do another trick here that I like to do here. Saves a little time. If I pick up the chicken that's here and I go up the steps, I can set it up so I can get the chicken on the top of the boxes here. So I just do that. Now, which way is... Okay, so I'm just going to wait for the carpenter to come around here. So it shouldn't be too much longer. There we go. It just turns there, so I just get on here. Make myself proper. Oh. Ow. Well, there's a flub up. But I can quickly set myself back up. I think I just missed how I was Z-targeting there. And grab the chicken. And of course I time it where that he's just coming around for that, so now I have to wait. Because he pushed me off if I decided to follow straight there, so good, I got a good angle here. So I can just make the leap here. Because of collision, I can pick up the ledge here. Normally there's an item hiding in the cage here, which is... Oh, and I already have the bow, so I don't have to worry... I was expecting that to be a blue rupee, and I'm thinking, wait a second, but I actually have the bow, so go me. Okay, so I'm gonna do a couple of things so I can check up here really quick. There is an item that you normally find after racing Dompe the Gravekeeper, which I don't have to do. Awesome. I will still have to race Dompe in the adult timeline, but the item that you get from leaving his grave is always up there, so I can check. I can't do anything else daytime here, and I can't go up Death Mountain, so I'm gonna go and backwalk as fast as I can and get to Gerudo Valley. There we go. Down the steps. Now it's sadly I can't go to... Oh wait, Lon Lon Ranch, that's right. There's a couple of things I can do in Lon Lon Ranch here that are only doable as Child Link, so that'll be my next destination. And it's always nice to see the sights you leave behind. If only Hyrule Field had a lot more going for it. Like, I get what they were going for with the wide expansive land, but there really isn't a lot that makes Hyrule Field stand out in my opinion. Okay. So here we are, Lon Lon Ranch. I'm scared to know what the horses sound like now that I think about it. Oops. Oh, hit. Ah. Okay. Just break it that way, save a few sticks. So that is number 3. Okay, and then one thing I learned when I started playing randomizers is that there is a grotto hidden over here that is only accessible as Child Link, and that threw me for a loop when I was doing it, because I'm like, I need items, where are the items? And yeah, there's just 3 scrubs right here. Nope, and there. Alright, so deal number 1. Too bad that doesn't count until after. Deal number 2. Oh, yes! That is an incredibly important item to find, and I am so happy I have found that right off the bat. Now, of course, I need magic too, but we'll see what we get. And heart container, that's perfect. Alright, so hey, worth it to come here. I love it. Would have been funny if I completely forgot about those scrubs, and then I'm thinking, where can I find the things I'm looking for? And then just, oh yeah, there's light arrows hiding randomly at Lon Lon Ranch. Okay. And in here, there's normally an item accessible behind a bunch of crates. Neat little trick I've learned is that when you roll off the ground, you can manipulate the camera, as you can see behind there. It's just a Deku Nut, so that's either a capacity upgrade or just a random Deku Nut. But since I don't really need it, I can go ahead and skip it, and that saves me a little time. But of course, now I have to make the long trek to leave Lon Lon Ranch. We'll just do a bunch of side hops here. I'm faster than a horse. Okay, now that I think about it, I'm thinking the sound that gets placed on the horses is actually the horse's snarl. So I think I'm just going to be hearing a bunch of that as I ride a horse later in the game. I'm not hearing any weird sounds. Okay, so we're doing good. Finding a lot of good items to get out of the way right off the bat. I'd still love to find a hook shot or the Megaton Hammer, especially since there's only one Megaton Hammer, as opposed to a bunch of random arrow quivers. There's at least three chances to get a bow, as opposed to the 1 chance of a Megaton Hammer, or the 2 chances of a hook shot. So we'll see how that goes. The way items work in this game, if they have a progressive scale, the first instance of you finding it will give you the item as intended, and then any other opportunities finding the upgrades, they'll automatically upgrade you to the next tier. So if I happen to find a spot that gives me a quiver, that will upgrade my arrow capacity. But if I found that first, that would have given me the bow, and the other bow in the shop would have then been the quiver. I like how that works. Okay, so how this works here, there's two things you can look for. This one's, I think it's only accessible as no, you can jump down here and long shot it, but I find it's easier as doing it with the chicken here, because you can double up on what you do. So there's an item hiding in this box here, but I want to be able to keep the chicken, so a trick that I do here is you throw it, and it'll start bobbing. And if the item is something you like, you then toss the chicken again and pick up the item, which in this case I hope it's the Goron tunic and not an ice trap. And if it's not, then you do the next check in the waterfall. So I'll throw the chicken here, quickly pick up the item, and it is the Goron tunic. That is awesome. So I've still got the chicken here, so I'll just check off the tunic. And now I'll make a flyby down to the far waterfall. And there should be another item here. Whenever I play randomizers, I tend to find ocarinas here, so this seems to be my lucky spot for ocarinas or songs. So here's hoping the luck sticks true and I get access to Zelda's Lullaby again. And then, yep, chickens don't like water, so they fly up to the nearest dry spot of land, which is up here. Okay, not an ocarina, but that's still okay. Since I do take double damage, I want to get a few hearts going right off the bat. And then, just for the fun of it, I'll land on land here. And then, just from the high point up here, I'll just fly my way down to Lake Hylia. So... oh, I'm so glad I brought water. Okay, so should be hitting the loading trigger for Lake Hylia here. And now I can do a few things in Lake Hylia. You see the owl Kabora in the back there. I'll be making use of his services later. Now, I don't have an ocarina, so I can't get the Scarecrow's song right now. That is another thing, too. A lot of players will set it so that you automatically have a Scarecrow song, and you just have to pull the ocarina out and you automatically trigger any Scarecrow. But I like to still keep it there. Okay, and that's good, too. I don't have to get something with the silver scale once I can dive better. Last seed of this that I played, the Megaton Hammer was actually down there. So I had to go and locate the silver scale to get the Megaton Hammer. Went too far. Alright. But now for everyone's favorite minigame, and I hope you could hear the air quotes on that. Fishing. So I have to fish in a fish that is at least 8 pounds, and there's normally an easy to get fish that will satisfy that condition. That normally sits right about there, but I don't see it. Oh, it is there. Do I have its attention? Yes. Okay. So yeah, that fish, even in both the child timeline and the adult timeline, that fish is usually the target you want to go for biggest fish. So fishing that up really quick is really good, so you don't have to spend a lot of time here. And it just flops right into my hands. I like it. So there we go. Meets the weight requirement, so just go check it in, and there's another reward. Sweet. And that's a lunker. That gets me another Gerudo Training Ground key. Well, it's not bad. I'm bracking. Oh, oops. Oh, I don't have a sword. Can I take the fishing rod? It'll probably do more damage. It's like a Deku stick, right? Okay. So now I'll make my way over to Kabora's perch there. There is a grotto underneath there that has 3 more business scrubs on it, so I'll get 3 more checks at items. And down there's the water temple, and I'm really hoping that there isn't a medallion attached to that. Even though a dungeon may have a spiritual stone and you don't have to beat it, there could still be a very important item hiding in the dungeon. So unless you are really quick at finding the items, you may still have to actually explore every dungeon. And hopefully I don't have to do that. Okay, so here's Kabora. Okay, skip all his text and try not to get picked up by him because I have to actually get under the grave first. And thankfully Kabora will return as soon as I exit the grotto. And I think I have to face Ganon every time I come in here. So, okay. What's behind Deku number 1? Oh, yes. That's another really good item. Although, now that I think about it, finding that may mean I have to do the water temple. Or shadow temple. I don't want to do either of those. They take too. Although, to be fair, I can beat the water temple right away if I find the long shot, but that's a long shot. And that helps a lot as well. So now I can go do anything in Gerudo Fortress and they won't throw me in jail unless I battle the guards. Here's hoping that works out well. Okay, so now I'll take advantage of Kabora here. And good, we're just about at nightfall. So now I can go do something, I can go do a few things in Kakariko at night. So there's a few Skulltulas that I can hunt, and I can go do some grave looting, but I have to do it right when nighttime starts. If you take too long, you wouldn't be able to find Dompe doing his grave digging tour. But I can still plunder some of the graves. Or actually, in this case, I think it's just one grave. So I just need it to be night. And Navi, I need you to tone down the thunderstorms. Okay, but first things first, go do a couple hunts for some Skulltulas. And I always miss that tree. And one, and down. What's that put me at? 4, so I won't... Oh wait, I do have the boomerang, so I can get the one Skulltula that is in the graveyard at night. That's good. I can't get the one that's up on the tower here. That's actually too far away. And if the boomerang can hit that, then I just haven't found the angle that works. Oops. Pot's in the way. There we go. Token number 5. I'm gonna go have a little fun here. Just carry this good old pot with me. And then I'm glad some Skulltulas are really easy to find. Also remember, don't do pot. When I learned that those things have a lot of damage behind them, I giggled way too much. So I'm just like, whatever instances I can use a pot, maybe I'll I'll try to use them. And then we have one more that I can get up here, which I will just use the boomerang for. So yeah, the rewards for the Skulltulas, they're in every increment of 10 up to 50, so I have at least 5 things to get. Getting 10 or 20 are pretty easy, but getting anywhere 30 and upwards, that can take quite a bit of time. And thankfully, since I have the boomerang with me as a child, I can get a few of the out-of-the-way Skulltulas. May make that a little easier. Okay, so here we have Dompe. Now, normally, you can't dig in the stone, you have to wait. Oh, please be hover. Ah, I'm a fool. I was a fool to trust you, Dompe. Okay, but thankfully Dompe doesn't mind if we go looting in some graves. So down we go here. This one's simple. It's just a treasure chest right in the open. Please be good. And it gets me my health back. And I'm gonna go get the Skulltula that is over here. Usually this is one I don't get when I'm playing the original game, because usually when I get the boomerang, I go turn into an adult right away. So I don't usually worry about the Skulltulas. I mean, if I wanted to, I could go hunt a few Skulltulas that are hiding in Lon Lon Ranch at nightfall, but I'm not going to bother right now. I'll just find a bunch anyway. Anyways, another thing with the camera here, if I can angle it right. Navi, no need for your thunderstorms. There we go. So yeah, I can look under here. Okay, I do need to make a mental note of that. If I find the magic beans, I do need to come back here and plant one. So that's why I've got notes on the side of my screen there. It allows everyone to keep track of that. Okay, so I think that's everything I can do as a child, that I normally do anyway. Like I said, I don't think I can reach with my boomerang up there. I need the slingshot. So I'm going to... I'm still missing the slingshot for a clear of Deku Tree, so I'm going to go turn into an adult and see what shenanigans I can start doing as an adult. Now, I do have to wait, though, because bridge closes at night. I mean, if I wanted to, I could go and hunt some Skulltulas here really quick to, you know what, to make things a little more efficient. I think I just convinced myself to do that, and that skeleton there totally appeared out of nowhere. I wasn't the only one who missed that, right? Okay. So if I remember, I think there's 3 Skulltulas I can get right now, which is really good, because then when I visit Kakariko as an adult, I can get the 10 skull reward. And... oh, come on, control stick. There we go. Okay, so there is Skulltula up there. Ooh, sweet. Caught that on the flyback. Yeah, you can't target a Skulltula, and I don't know why you can't, but you can target its token. Just like that. And mine. So that makes 9. Then there is another Skulltula that's hiding behind the gate corral there. Now, I would love to toss a pot at it, but I don't have... I'm not going all the way around to get a single pot. And then there's one more hiding on the wall over here, and then that should make 11, which is pretty good. Oh, yep. Well, oh. Oh, okay. So, yeah, birds are evil. I totally didn't realize I was leading 4 of them. Whoops, death number 1. Well, hey, free chance at saving. Oh, that takes me right back to the entrance. Oh, okay, yeah, that was totally planned. Like, I totally meant to lead those 4 Gways with me as a quick death warp. Yeah, I totally know what I'm doing. Okay, so sunrise should be in a moment. So I really don't have to walk backwards a lot. Now the nice part is those skeletons, they don't appear when you're walking on the path, like the obvious dirt path. So if you want to avoid all the encounters, that's all you have to do is just stick on the path. Navi, seriously, what's with you in thunderstorms? Okay, the bridge is coming down, which is good. So just have it pop there, and then do a little side hop up here, get some more rupees. And now I'll go turn into an adult. And let's go. I always did like this view of the Temple of Time. I kind of wish there was more to the Temple of Time itself, but I do like the Temple of Time. Oh my goodness, Ganondorf's already gotten in here. It's an emergency. Quick, pull the Master Sword. Oh, come on. Roll. There. Dun, dun. It could have been timed a little better, but oh well. Okay, and that technically gives us the Master Sword, so I'll just click it there. Alright. Oh yeah, since I have the... oh, that's convenient. There is a check in the Temple of Time to get the Prelude of Light if you... that's convenient, that's actually red. There is a check in the Temple of Time to get the Prelude of Light if you return here with the Forest Medallion. So that's where that random Hylian shield came from. Which is great, because I don't have to spend money to buy it. Alright, well, everything's gone to heck. So my first two options are I can go and plunder Ganon's castle. There's a few things I can look for right off the bat. Or I'm going to do what I'm going to do now, Kakariko Village. A few things I can do there. And maybe I can get lucky with racing Dompe. Just something I don't normally like to do, but I just get it over with. It's not my least favorite N64 Zelda minigame, and I use minigame in air quotes. That honor goes to something in Majora's Mask, and hopefully when this is finished, Majora's Mask Randomizer will be the next thing I do. Okay. Now we do have two shops up here, the potion shop and Bazaar that were originally in Hyrule Town. I've moved here. But they do have a new assortment of items. So let's go see what they have. And that's already promising. Oh, I'm so glad I read that because I just noticed the one misspelled vowel. Oh, what's the key? Oh, I just noticed the one misspelled vowel there. Oh, and another key to the fire temple is locked behind a wallet. So hopefully I find that soon. And is that a capacity upgrade? Nope. That's a capacity upgrade, but once again, still locked behind a wallet. Okay. Jabba Jabba's belly. That's what this song is. Alright, I do have a bow, so I'm gonna go try and do the bow minigame. My goodness, theme music. 1 and 2. 3. 4. Ah, missed. So yeah, if you get at least 8 of the targets, you do get to retry for free. So there we go. Little stiff. There's 1, 2, and 3. 4. Okay, got it centered. And it'll be the green. That would have been embarrassing if I missed. 9 and 10. There we go. And that was worth it. Maybe. That is the bottom of the well, so here's hoping. Here's hoping. And now we'll just take a jump over here, and we're gonna visit, she doesn't have the name Anju in Ocarina of Time, but I'm just gonna call her Anju. And her new cuckoo egg is apparently a purple rupee. Well, I've had crazier. Alright, now the only thing I can do in the graveyard right now is Dompe. So here is hoping I do well. Now I could have set it up where Dompe's race automatically would give both rewards. There's a reward for winning, and then you have to come back and do the race again and finish in a minute. Or less, and you get the second reward. I could have set it up where, and there was really no avoiding that. I could have set it up where I could have received both rewards in one go. So if I just did the race in under a minute the first try. Oh jeez. Kind of thankful that didn't put me right back in the door. Jeez, Dompe, you are throwing a lot of flame at me today. Don't like that, but I think I can still finish in under a minute here. I say as I get hit by another flame, so I don't think I'm going to finish in under a minute. But that's fine, because this one is just to simply get to the end. Supposedly, we'll just call this practice for the real run. Yeah, hooked on the gate there. Alright, so this gives me the first reward, which is suspense. Okay, well that's kind of okay, because what I'm about to do here, normally when you go into here, there's a couple of Song of Time blocks that you can only remove with the Song of Time, but I don't have the Ocarina. You can save and warp out of here, but I still want to do the other race, so a little trick that we do is we force the door to close and cause us to respawn at the front of the grave again. How does that? Nope, flags are still like that. Anyways, so now I have to try to do this race in under a minute as I bonk right away. As long as he tosses flames out of my way, I'll be fine. Just be a little serious here for a moment. I just have to listen for the flames. Like that. Jeez, he's not playing around this time. That's a lot of flames he's tossing. That. Nope, not today, Dambe. And... okay, I think I can do this. Just do 2 moves there. Okay, as long as I don't screw up here, which, knowing my luck, I just jinxed it. Get up here really quick. Oh, not bad. That's, when I have a good race, that's usually a good time. Oh, please, please, please. Yes! Oh, Dampe, you were worth it this time. Okay, and trigger the door again, and now I can leave. But that's good. Now that I've got now that I have the Ocarina, Zelda's Lullaby. Oh no, that's what the heart sound is. I'm gonna giggle too much whenever my health is low. Any health? Oh yeah, because I don't have a strength upgrade, I still cannot pick up bushes, even though I am now 7 years older. This is just too funny. I would like a health, please. Thank you. Okay, oh, yep, and... okay, yeah, I can get the 10 item reward from this house that really should just be burned to the ground. Well, let's see what you give me. Well, okay, could be worse. Deku Nuts still kind of have a little importance. But I'm gonna go up here, back to the windmill, and I'm gonna go visit our good old friend Guru the Organ Windmill Grinder, and see what he'll give me as I try to attempt to learn the Song of Storms from him. Just get there. Oops. So what's he gonna give? Every time it's an ice trap. Come on, I know you're angry, but I'm totally not the kid that screwed up your windmill. Now, I'm just gonna go find another heart here really quick. Please? No. Okay. Yeah, let's go up Death Mountain here, because the gate isn't here when you're an adult, because the game assumes you've already been up it. So maybe I'll be able to do a few things up here on Death Mountain. Like, you know, get a couple of hearts to stop that sound. As funny as it is. Okay. Oh yeah, I'd better attempt to not take a hit, because then that would just knock me out. Now this is... okay, so I don't have to plant the magic beans here, thankfully. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna sneak my way into Donko's cave here. And I'm gonna call pause time on that. Okay, so we're doing good here. Got some items going here, which is great. Still a few things I'd love to have seen right now, like the hook shot or the hammer, but we'll slowly work our way up to that. So I'm gonna just pause it here for now, And next episode will be continuing on from this point. So hope you guys have been enjoying so far. It usually is a bit of a slow start when you start doing these randomizers, but they'll slowly pick up and the excitement will get a lot better from that. So hope you'll stick around for this. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and have a good day.